The Warriors, sub 500 team, they just haven't been good lately. That's all I can say. Draymond Green apologized to Jordan Poole on Twitter. Are there any moves to make for the Warriors? That's kind of what I want to ask. I want to base this kind of two teams that we're going to talk about. The one falling after this will be the Timberwolves and the Warriors. Are there any moves to make? Like, especially you as the GM, as a fan of the team, like what can this team do? Because right now they're straight up mid and
Yeah.
arguably below mid, you know?
I mean, honestly, I don't know at this point. Since the beginning of the year, I've been saying we should go older. Try to trade for a Laurie Markkinen. Jazz have been sucking these days, so they might trade him. But I feel like after that interview Stephen Curry had about him saying that don't like push everything or future assets to win now, feels like they're just okay with being mid and trying to move to the next generation. Like I don't know what they want to do. They want to keep Kaminga and not trade him. And I guess the only move that you could really make is trade Andrew Wiggins because of his contract. But other than that, I mean, like
Trade
I
Steph to
don't
the
know what
Lakers.
direction this team's trying to go through. Like you trade for Schroeder, then you say you want to keep your young guys. Then you also don't want to trade for Jimmy Butler. Like even last year when we lost, it feels like they're just keeping the same roster and just playing it by ear, which is kind of bad. But I mean, at this point, I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, it seems like they're not fully invested in a certain direction. Seems like they're still trying to do the two timeline thing. And even I think, like you said, they said we're not going to come out and trade our young guys. That would be stupid. Draymond said it'd be dumb for the team to mortgage their future. But at the same time, you have a guy in Stephen Curry who, yeah, he's not his unanimous MVP, but he's still one of the top 10 players in the league. And, you know, you don't know how long he has left. And like respect to Curry, like we've seen even just a little bit of drop off that he can't carry the team all by himself anymore. So you need to kind of get him some help. And a lot of these guys that you keep sitting on, we already talked about with Wiseman, how they kind of fumbled that. But now look at Pajemski. This dude barely plays anymore. And like he was having so much hype last season
Yeah,
and they
and he
didn't
has so
trade
much
him.
value too.
He's
That's
been
it's
hurt.
like, and they're not trading Kuminga, so right now he's injured, so obviously that doesn't really matter. But it's
Yeah,
like the similar things are going on. You know what I mean? They just are
yeah. Pods
mismanaging
had so
the
much value
players on their
last year.
team.
Yeah, man, you said it pretty well.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree. As I was saying, like they fumble these players because they don't like playing them. Like Moody, Kaminga, Pods, they could all like if he played and cared about their development, they would have all been worth like one much more on the trade market. And then like you know what I mean, you could have potentially it would have been more useful to get a better player. You know what I mean in the future. But it's just like Steve Kerr doesn't play his young people at all. So it's like you can't even like turn them into like really good assets because like you said they tanked Pod's value by just the way like the moves that they're making and how much they play him now. They won't play Moody. I think Moody's great and he would be like so many teams I think would trade for Moody would be wanting to trade for Moody. He'd be one of those role players that people are like clamoring for if he actually got like 25, 30 minutes a game. You know what I mean? Like regularly.
I mean, like I don't see any type of future because with Steph Curry, you're always going to be in win now mode. But the players that you have now aren't like living up to that, or you're not putting them in positions to live up to that. So like you're going to just be mid, and that's the product we're getting right now. And obviously, this is not a championship winning team. You have a championship level player on your team. Like I don't know what type of direction or what future you see here. Do you just waste his years and I don't know go young, or do you like trade it all and try to win a chip with him? Then you have
I don't
like
know.
Inga who could walk next year, Moody could walk next year. Like I don't know what the plan is. Everything's just
It's
scattered.
it's looking like honestly, bro. It's like I feel like we've gone to the point in time where we're kind of spoiled when it comes to like longevity and stuff. But like other stars like Kobe and stuff, like generally when they're on the later, you know what I mean, heading out of their career, they're never competing for chips. You know what I mean? They're not competing for. And although
Yeah,
Curry
prime.
is still playing at a like he could be on a championship level team, but it seems like the Warriors just want to like have him just you know what I mean, like how it used to be in old school. Like they're just gonna keep playing. They're not gonna be like that great. He's just gonna fizzle out and he's gonna retire Warrior forever. And they're gonna be like, yay! But the team's just gonna be like how the Lakers were after Kobe,
But at
before and
least
after Kobe.
Steph is still playing at a high enough level to the point where you can actually compete to win a championship. and I just don't feel like they're giving him any justice because this is literally a generational player. I doubt you ever get another player like him in my lifetime, at least. And we're just kind of wasting his good years, especially with his level of athleticism too. Like he can still play at a high level for another 2 to 3 years, just based off how he plays the game of basketball and him being the greatest shooter ever. So.
That's pretty much based on the Warriors, though. Like, do they want to, help him and help the team succeed, or are they gonna put their foot in the other door and just get rid of everybody? I don't know, bro. It's really like either they got to do one or the other. You can't just stay idle. You know what I mean? It's really bad.
And they've been tiptoeing for 4 years now.
Can't be doing that, bro. You got
luckily because Jordan Poole actually developed into being a useful player. And
Wiggins used to be a good hooper too.
Yeah, but then
Draymond didn't like it.
Yeah, after that it just went downhill.
It's weird, bro. They gotta make a decision, and they gotta make it because how old is Steph? 36?
He's 34.
Really?
Nah, he's definitely about 35.
Anyway, yeah, those
Said
years.
all 3 ages.
Yeah, they gotta do something because I mean,
he's 36.
this is ass. It's not even good ass. It's just ass. You know what I'm saying?
It's mid. And I mean, we'll probably find out what they do, what the direction of the team is during the deadline. Because if you just let Kuminga and Moody walk and you don't even trade assets for your younger guys, it's a big L for the organization and Mike Dunleavy.
I think they extended Moody, but it's still the matter of fact they don't play him. It's just a matter of him getting on the court and actually contributing to winning, and he could do that more on a bigger scale on another team if their Warriors aren't going to use him. And if they are going to use him, then they have to free up time for him, whether it's somebody sitting or trading the other person. It's just too many minutes to go around for too many players, too many things trying to be done at the same time. Just leads to, they kind of need an addition by subtraction type of thing going on as well.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
What do you hope for, Hassan? What do you want them to do?
I wanted them to trade for older guys because you never get a talent like Stephen Curry.
Okay.
And I still think Jalen Green could still compete at a high enough level to help you win a championship, especially as a leader and the heart of the team, even if he is punching dudes out and apologizing to them years later. He still is a great leader for the team and brings high energy. And so I think you can ride him for one more championship run. And I think they have the assets to trade for that, and they're being stingy to not give away their future. I mean, if Curry's okay with it, then who am I to say anything else, right?
I think the thing about it is too, talking about giving away your future. Nobody's saying you got to trade all the young players, but it's you're holding on to all of them, and you're not really making any moves that move the needle. It's you can at least trade Moody or trade Kuminga. You don't have to trade all of them and Pods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one of them could be shipped off to just get a little better, and then maybe see what you have with that. But getting Dennis Schroeder is not going to change anything for you guys.
You want the best of both worlds, which is just not possible.
It ain't happening.
Can't do that. You got to not have both feet. What is it called?
You're
Have one foot in, 1 foot out.
They're not even in the plane right now.
Wah.
That's why I'm bringing them up.
Position, honestly.
Yo, we should shit on them even more. What are we doing? I'm kidding, Hassan.
Facts.